We have now another segment of the closing event of the very successful Literary Festival 2021 brought together by the Indo-American Arts Council. The Council prides itself in building an awareness of arts and artists of Asian Indian heritage. With its mission to promote and empower Indian writers, authors, and poets, this literary festival saw week-long virtual and in-person events with many celebrating the contributions of Indians and concluded with an exclusive interaction with actor, writer, producer Kal Penn on his new book, You Can't Be Serious. Joining him in the conversation were Indian-American actresses Serena Jindal and Melanie Chandra, the stars of Comedy Central's new movie, Hot Mess Holiday, featuring all South Asian American cast and a storyline that is very relatable to many of us. The movie also celebrates Indian Festival of Lights, Diwali. We spoke to both Serena and Melanie along with other prominent South Asian personalities present at the event. Here are some highlights. I want to know, where are you going ahead with the book and the book tour? What are you looking forward to? I know you love meeting your supporters, you love signing books, but also in the industry of movies and production, and you want to produce, you want to create more. What can we look forward to? The new year is coming.
Yeah, so the book just came out. I'm on a big book tour. Obviously, the places you might think of: New York, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, but going to St. Louis tomorrow, going to a few other places into January and February. And then a lot of online and digital events, including some digital events that we're doing with personal signings. So stay tuned to my Instagram, Twitter pages, my website. We'll get more information as we roll that out. But one of the things I'm really excited about is, unlike movies where it comes out, there's a hard release date, and everyone watches it that weekend or that 2 weekends, the nice thing about books is you can share it with people over time. I've been really flattered by the amazing support and word of mouth from the community about it, and just excited for people to get it and read it.
I have to ask you this before I let you go. Sure. Your fans, you've been called the American treasure in one of your...
Who said that?
It's one of the reviews. They said that, your book is a treasure map. I'm really excited about reading it. I've read so many reviews. They said you can't even fake this, what you wrote in it. It's so real and it's so relatable. So what do you have to say to your fans and your supporters, and a message out for them?
I just got to say I really respect and appreciate, and I'm so humbled by the love that you have shown me over the years, but then especially when it comes to my book. You all know different versions of my story, right, that we've had the chance to share off and on, and I spent the last 4.5 years writing this book, like I said when we started talking, for the younger version of me. I wanted to really show respect to the community that supported us, and when I say us, it's not just me, it's other artists and people who are maybe doing something that's non-traditional, and I appreciate the love and support so much. So hope you like the book, hope you like the audiobook. I'm really biased here, but it makes a great holiday gift, so hope you enjoy it.
And we are so excited to have with us none other than Mel and Serena, Melanie Chandra and Serena. Thank you so much for being with us here on ITV Gold. I have to ask you, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Your film premiered on Comedy Central just last night, and we finally saw South Asian representation, a whole movie full of it. How does it feel? How are the fans responding to you? What are you feeling?
Woo. We're very grateful and overwhelmed. We didn't really expect this sort of support, but it came in floods, and we're just very moved.
Yeah, we were brought to tears last night. Yeah. We had a watch party, and it's funny because it's like this banger comedy holiday movie, and at the end everyone's like, yeah, cool, and then me and Mel were like, just so deeply emotional about it.
Yeah.
So it's really heartwarming to feel all the love and support from everybody.
Talk to me a little bit about the journey, because you both started, Serena and Mel and Serena, a while ago, right? And you didn't let go of it, no matter what. So how does it feel to come in full circle? And talk to us a little bit about that process.
Sure. So this started 7 years ago in terms of us creating content together. We were just writing and producing web sketches and putting it online. And then we started thinking about something bigger than that. And we formed a web series idea. And eventually it was a TV show idea. And we kept pitching that around town. And we just heard no's left and right. And but we knew in our hearts that something like this needed to exist, because the little girls in us wanted to see that as well. And then fast forward to 2021, we have our own feature film on Comedy Central, and it's amazing.
And it was so crazy because we put out this web short version, and in that web short version, there's an ending scene of Mel and I in front of a halal cart at the end of a night, and we just like reconvene as friends, and we just think about our futures. We shot that scene, and then cut to. We shot the exact same scene, but this time it was like over the Chicago riverfront. It was with a big giant crane. It was with this huge budget. So it was like doing the same scene, but seeing it scaled. And it was just, we felt like, oh, our vision came true finally.
What do you say to artists that now are trying to break that barrier, just like you both have been trying to do as well, and you've finally done so? What do you advise to them?
I advise, well, first working on your craft. Don't assume that things will just magically appear. It takes a lot of hard work, and you have to have thick skin because this industry is very cruel. It is very cruel for the weak. So that's one thing, but also try to find your collaborator. Like Serena and I found each other. We bring out so much interesting facets of each other. We play off each other nicely. We're completely polar opposites in terms of our our skill sets. And so I'm like type A, very much a planner, and she's like, Mel, don't overthink it. We need to get it out there. So we work really well, and that's my number thing. If you find someone, hold on to that person.
That is so important.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
I would say so much of it is a mental game, and then the rest of it is execution. So if you can hone in on your mental health through this process, because it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So you really have to be there for yourself through all of this. And like Mel said, find your tribe, find your people to support you otherwise. But I think for me, it's always about chasing what feels good. Whenever Mel and I met up, even though we didn't know, is this ever going to be a thing, it always felt good to meet up and work on this, and it was fun. And so I would wake up in the morning and just do things that felt good. So just chase what feels good, and that same energy will follow back.
Talk to us about filming your favorite scene from the movie.
Oh my gosh.
You have to tell us what the favorite scene is. A little bit about it.
I think it's the very first scene of the movie, because that's where you get to meet all of these supporting cast members. And so for us, these are the actors that we admired from afar. And so we just show up to set, and it's like Richa Mirjani and Poonam Patel and Ritesh Rajan, all in a span of a day. We're like, hello, hello, hello. And everyone was just so grateful to be there. And we were so excited. And, it was our first time seeing the set come alive. And just that memory will always stay with me.
What about you?
I really enjoyed this scene where we come out of the elevator, we're wearing Indian clothes, and we're trying to do the hot girl thing, and then we open the doors into Chicago winter, and then I get to blow up with cuss words that I made up on the spot, and I'm screaming it through the suburbs of Chicago, and I was just like, oh, this is freedom. This is artistic expression at its finest.
I have to ask you, how do you feel about Comedy Central right now, and their push towards diversity, showing more people of color just on the platform? How important do you think that is?
I think Comedy Central has phenomenal taste.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they've been tremendously supportive of us as creatives, meaning, people would say, oh, you take a project to Hollywood, they're going to want to whitewash it and not let you lean into diversity and all that. But they totally let us lean into our unique voices, and in terms of, we play this middle ground. We're neither too Indian nor we're too American. We're in this weird middle ground, and they totally let us embrace that. So they didn't have us lean into any sort of stereotypes or tropes we've seen before, and we were just happy to do what we did. So.
Yeah, you get worried as a creator, once you send in the script and you're like, oh God, what are these notes going to be? What are these rounds of notes going to be? And they really elevated the script. So they, as Mel was saying, they were very creator friendly. The notes on the project were really great. So there were very few times where it was any sort of contentious collaboration, which is really rare. So we like Comedy Central, Viacom a lot, yeah.
Two more questions left here for you. What is coming next for Serena and Mel, and what is coming next for the movie itself? Are you going to be touring around the country? Are you going to be seeing more and more members of the community like you're seeing today? What is the plan?
What's the plan?
What is the plan? We want this to be just the beginning. Okay. So our hope is that this is the seed that sparks the rest of the journey, the future that we foresee. So yeah, I mean, we would love to keep doing events like this. It's so important for people to share. This week is so important for the film, because based on how this week does, it'll show Hollywood brown people do deserve films like this. This isn't just one of a kind. So please do share it, and especially this week, the numbers have to hit, and then we will solidify more stuff to come.
Yeah, we just spread the word on social media. internationally is also the international rollout is happening soon right now too. It's going to be in India, I think, at the end of the month.
At the end of the month. You
December
can get it
24th,
on
5th.
comedycentral.com. You can get it on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon, Voodoo, Google, all of that.
Yes.